Yo.
What up? What up?
What up, man?
Ooh, we back, man.
We back, man. What's 78?
78, episode 78.
78, man. How was your Thanksgiving, bro?
Thanksgiving was good, man. A lot of shit going on this week. Thanksgiving was good. We had over my house. Invited a lot of the family over. Not the whole family. I can't fit all y'all in the house. But a lot of the, sort of the immediate family, some cousins, aunts, uncles, shit like that. Wife did a really phenomenal job of setting up the house. I shouldn't say just the living room. So she did pretty cool scheme in the house where, since we had not been together for COVID in quite some time, she did one room that was like a birthday room, and then another room was like a Halloween room, and then she had the main room was like the holiday room, sort of like Thanksgiving / holiday.
Oh, that's fire.
And then outside by the pool, she did Valentine's Day. So, bro, we filled
every
up
holiday y'all hadn't spent
that we
together,
hadn't spent
basically.
together.
Oh, that's fire.
Yep. So it's cool. So, but outside, bro, I'm telling you, before, it's her. My wife is very good at envisioning, right? Like she can look at a blank room and go, oh, yep, I'm gonna put these kind of curtains, I'm gonna put this kind of furniture, and it's gonna look this way when I'm all done. And she can see all that shit. Me, I see a blank room. so me and my sons,
I see a blank room.
Yeah, we're the monkeys, right? So she's like, this is the vision, and then we're the monkeys putting it together. Now she does just a lot of work on it too, right? But so one of the things we were tasked with was filling up red balloons, and so we had a little assembly line going. I had the compressor out there,
okay,
and we're filling up 100 balloons to put in the pool, bro.
100 balloons.
100 balloons. But we had it going. It didn't take that long. Bro, let me tell you something, man. I don't know what it is. I need to do my homework on science. Something about the temperature of the pool coupled with the sunlight and maybe temperature in the air.
Oh, it made them pop.
Those fuckers were popping left and right. I want to say by the end of the night, man, we probably had about 30 balloons.
Because it was warm
left.
on Thanksgiving Day.
It wasn't that warm, though. I mean, well, Florida, right?
Yeah.
It was a nice day out. You could be outside. The humidity wasn't high. It wasn't 80 degrees. It was probably in the low 70s.
Yeah.
Which is hot for most places, but here low 70s we celebrate.
Yeah, we love it. That's why you moved.
That's
to Florida.
why you live here,
yeah,
right?
That's why you live here. This time of the year, nobody comes here in August and goes, "Oh, I want to live here." It's a good idea. No. It's now.
Yeah. If you're thinking about moving to Florida, come in August.
Yeah.
And then see if you feel the same way when you leave.
Yeah. You come to Florida in August, you'd be like, bro, are we in now? What I do? It's crazy here, bro. Oh,
but no,
man.
I had a great time, man.
Well received. Their family had a good time.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I had a couple of drinks that we've done on here.
Okay.
So I had those going. And everybody kind of brought a little dish, and my sister, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her. So the day before, man, my niece has an emergency C-section. So we got a new addition to the family.
Oh, snap.
Welcome,
Congrats.
Nora. So I had the baby, so she couldn't make it. Well, my sister thought it was a good idea to take the whole Thanksgiving dinner out of my house and take it over to their house. Bro, she left with a freaking shopping bag of food for two adults.
She took a leftover meal. The whole feast.
You know when you go to Pollo Tropical and pay $21 and you get the whole family meal?
Yeah, that's what
she took a family meal from my house. I was texting her later on. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get you."
Send her an invoice, yo. That's $25, but it's Thanksgiving, so we gotta charge premium time prices. That's gonna run you about $110.
That's all right. She gonna need my help in about 3 weeks. I was like, I'll send you a list.
Tell her we need bottles for the carpet footprint. Dude, Thanksgiving was weird, man. Was that the first time you guys had all been together like that? That many people? Family wise?
Not the first time, but the first time in a long time.
Yeah, man. We had people at Thanksgiving we hadn't seen since COVID started. And actually, it was probably even a week before that. We had these family functions leading up to it. So we had a baby shower and then Thanksgiving. And most of those people we hadn't seen probably since Christmas of 2019.
Yeah.
So it was so odd, man.
Really?
Like, super weird, bro. I felt, and maybe because it wasn't my side of the family, quote unquote.
Right,
so like,
right.
I felt like I felt like I was being reintroduced to everybody all over again.
Did anybody come with any like new people?
Everybody did, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know anybody. It was
That's why it was awkward.
It was like, this my girlfriend, this my boyfriend, this my wife. I was like, I didn't even know you were straight.
This is my 10-year-old kid.
Yeah. Somebody said wife. I was like, you like girls? Bro, the whole shit was a surprise, bro. I was like, yo. It was so strange, man. I didn't realize how, I don't know, man. I guess being away from people for that long,
Yep.
like, the awkwardness of you're like, oh yeah, so how'd you guys spend the pandemic? It's like, it's like these conversations that are old already, right?
It's like when you talk to kids and you go, how's school?
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, right.
You just don't know what to ask these kids. How's that last booger you tasted, bro? Was it up to expectations? Bro? Like, you just don't know what to ask, man. It was a lot of filler questions initially. It was like the stupid how's work? Man, it really is nice today, right? It's beautiful. So weird, man. So I hate when people, like when people bring up the weather.
Yep.
And you're like, bro,
okay.
I was outside too, bro. Like,
Like, do you want a drink?
Nothing tells me we're not gonna have a good conversation. More like, oh, so it's really nice outside, huh? I thought it was gonna rain, but I'd just be like, bro, you're good. We can ride this elevator without talking. You're fine. But yeah, man, it felt like a lot of elevator talks, bro. The whole.
Did you eventually get past it?
Yeah. You eventually
Okay.
sort of get in the groove.
Yeah.
Alcohol certainly helps.
It does, man.
Substances always assist along the way, but it was definitely a strange first couple hours, man. And then Thanksgiving wasn't as awkward,
Yep.
but it was definitely like, yeah, again, you're just kind of sort of getting used to being around these people again, and then so much has changed for so many people where you're just like. You know me, man. I just say what's on the top of my head. So the whole time I'm battling the "don't be you" right now, bro. Don't be you right now.
They're going to your wife. He's a senior financial guy where he works. Wow, I would have never thought.
Somebody trust this guy with money, like a lot of it. Oh, it's so weird, man. It's so bizarre. Yeah, so the whole time I'm like, don't be you. Don't be you. Like somebody would say something or somebody would introduce you to somebody new, and I'm like, the first thought of my mind, I just always want to say something crazy,
right?
And I'm like fighting the urge. I'm like, fuck. Like, it would have been so good though. Like
that's a miserable existence, man.
It really is, bro.
You should just do it.
I slipped up a couple times, especially when I found out like some of the new folks had sense of humors, and I was like, okay,
nice. Yeah, you like, I can fuck with you.
So I can fuck with you. Yeah.
Right.
So I definitely let some fly, but yeah, most of my existence is spent going, don't be you.
Like all day at work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. 93% of my work day is be corporate Juan, be corporate Juan, be corporate Juan. I got to regurgitate that to myself over and
Dude,
over.
one time somebody told me, man, like, I don't know how you stay so calm. And I go, it's because when I hang up, I call all of y'all stupid.
Facts. I go into my office and close the door and go, wow, they made it to work today. like, damn.
All right, man. Yo, episode 78. Welcome, everybody, back.
Long ass intro.
Right? He is Juan and I'm Sean. And for those of y'all who are listening on a regular basis, definitely welcome back. But he's Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, and we've had a few today. Talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise, and take out your notebooks again.
Yeah.
You know we've been on point lately. If y'all been trying to drinks, you know we've been on point lately. Today is no different than it has been the last couple of weeks. Hit them with this one.
Yo, this if you mad because we getting too complicated, we are definitely not helping the cause this week, yo.
Yeah, just hang up now.
Yeah, Deshaun running a Mexican brothel, evidently, because this shit is wild, bro. What are we calling this, by the way? I don't know what we're calling it.
This thing has like it has a funky ass name that I was told, but My boy Joe hit me up on this drink, so we're gonna label it the Carbon Joe print.
Carbon Joe print. I like it. Let's go.
Let's
out Joe.
go.
Shout out Joe, man. I don't even know if we should plug his thing. It's either going to be good or bad. So we'll just leave it at Joe. But dude, we mixed today was it an ounce of lime?
Well, first you gotta hit him up with the tequila.
And then, listen, I'm telling you, Sean's showing out this week. He hit the Terramana tequila with, was it red peppers?
It's chili peppers.
Chili peppers. He let them infuse for 2 days in the freezer. Chili peppers, which when it first goes down, it hits you smooth as fuck, and then it kicks you in the face, bro. Like with the spice, but it's fire. Like good, like really good, man. And then something I didn't even know existed. So we use that, and then we use this is called Acho Reyes Verde. It's a chili poblano liqueur. So something that we thought would clash with this, like too much spice, but it actually adds like just perfect touch of like a sweet and spicy together.
Yep.
So yeah, we mix those two liquors. What we do about it? If you're making one drink, it's about an ounce of each.
Yeah, you can do. I want to say the recipe was like, I don't know, like an ounce of one and like an ounce and a half of another. But we pretty much did what we did, like a shot of each.
We did a shot of each essentially, and then we did a whole lime. So if you're doing one drink, it's one whole lime, a shot of each, a splash of agave syrup or to taste, and then shook it up. I didn't leave anything out, right? Yeah,
the rim.
Oh yes, we salted the rim.
Don't forget the rim job.
The rim. Oh, we added something to the rim job though. We added some sugar.
Joe, hit this up, man. Joe, take note, bro.
Take notes, Joe.
So we did the what the hell is this thing called? There's actually
cayenne pepper.
No, it's not, man. It's like this spicy shit. What is it called? Hold on.
It shit was good. We should have brought it in here. That whatever that spice was.
Yeah, we should have, but I'm gonna hit it right now. It is Tajin, Tajin. It is this spice, so that you can put it around the rim. So when I first got introduced to the drink, it was with that by itself. We thought because it has the spicy flavor to it, and this is also that Tajin is also spicy. We mixed it with sugar.
Yeah.
And we put the Tajin with the sugar mix on the rim, and that shit hit different. So that gives us the opportunity to rename it to the Carbon Joe print.
That's right, man. We rebranded, dude. So real quick again, when you rim the glass with the Tajin pepper and cane sugar, then you're gonna go hit it with an ounce each of the poblano liqueur, the chili poblano liqueur of the Terramana infused with the pepper, the chili pepper.
The chili pepper. Yep.
And then you want to make sure you do a whole lime, the whole ounce, squeeze it in there, shake it up real good. Put it in the glass with ice that's already rimmed with the Tajin and the sugar, and enjoy it. That shit is fire,
and if that shit and none of that shit makes sense, just check IG.
Yeah,
we got a picture on there. We'll have the recipe.
Oh, we should have did the video for the TikTok. It's all right, man. We got a picture of it up there that looks pretty.
Yep.
And we'll put the whole recipe out. It's so good, man. This
and just because Joe hit us up with this one, if you in Orlando, Jose A. Rodriguez at law. Hit him up. Jose A. Rodriguez law.com for all your family law needs. The guy will hook you up with the law stuff, and he might make you a Carbon Joe print while you're there.
Hey, Carbon Joe print while you wait. Shout out Joe, man. Yeah, the drink is fire, bro. Sean be showing out, yo. You coming in here, I'm telling you, yo, you running like a Mexican brothel here, bro. You got this really deep in, like, I think this was bottled in, bro, it's like a town, it's like deep in Mexico.
And that poblano liqueur, like, you can't find it anywhere. Like, you have to go to Total Wine or ABC, your local Publix or your local, like, mom pop liquor stores. They just don't have it.
Yeah. We had to find it at Total Wine, because I've never even heard of that. Dude.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. When you sent me the picture, I had to read it a bunch. I'm like I Googled it.
And you know I'm in the hood, right? Because I got 4 liquor stores in like a 3-mile radius.
They all got Henny and that's it. Henny and Tito's, bro. They got Henny, Tito's, and Stoli. That's all the hood liquor stores.
Somebody brought Tito's to my house the other day, and I was like, who bought this ghetto shit?
Yeah. My favorite is when anybody hits me with the Tito's, like, no, man, this shit's good. Have you had it? I go, no, it's not good, bro. I'm like, yes, I've had it. No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Somebody done told you wrong.
I'm like, here's a hint. If it start with somebody first, with a Puerto Rican guy's first name, it's not gonna be good.
And be like, I know a dude named Tito.
Yeah. If it was Pierre, I might buy into it. But it's Tito? Nah, dog. That's not gonna happen, bro.
All right, man. On that, let me hit you with my comment for of the week. We be dogging out Floridians a lot on this show, especially because we be doing some crazy shit. But this week, I'm giving a shout out to Florida man William Big Will Dunn and his nonprofit Take a Kid Fishing. So what this dude did probably about 11 years ago, man, he met this kid who was without a father in the house, and decided to take the kid fishing.
Okay.
And sort of like thought back to when he was a kid, and he was like, it was always a positive impact for me as a kid. It taught me, patience, and it allowed me to clear my head and that kind of shit, right? So took this kid fishing because he didn't know what else to do, and took this kid fishing, and it turned out to be a really positive impact on this kid's life. So a few years down the line, he decided to reach out to foster homes in the area and began taking groups of kids, 20 to 25, and he would out of his own pocket, and he'd go. He's out of Clearwater, and he'd go on these like fishing excursions out of Clearwater, and take these kids fishing. And he says over time he just noticed that there's a positive impact on these kids who not only and the foster kids don't even have parents, right? Forget about just fathers.
Yeah, forget about
They don't have parents, and so but the interaction and something. He would just say like something about fishing, whether it's like kind of like being happy for the guys that caught even when you don't, and the patience that it takes to actually catch the fish, and so all the things that involved in fishing. So about 3 years ago, he ends up getting sort of like certified as a nonprofit, so he's able to take donations, and he does this shit on a constant basis now. So that's what he does.
Just takes kids fishing.
Just takes kids fishing, bro.
That's
and
cool,
and he
man.
just, and matter of fact, and it's funny because, he's like this, almost like a quote unquote like traditional Florida white guy, right? Like he sort of like looks and plays the part, and his picture on his website, man, he's just got like kids of all colors, and just that he's taking them out of these foster homes and taking them fishing, and it's having a positive impact on these kids' lives.
I would imagine, man, these kids get to learn a skill, right? One thing, but just the social aspect of it, the spending time with like a father figure-esque person.
Yeah.
That's so dope, man. That's
And,
cool as
and
fuck.
and my kid has been trying. One of my sons has been wanting me to take him fishing, and I haven't. And when I read this story,
Same.
I was like, you're such a dick.
Yeah, same. My son's been asking me too, and I know, and a part of me is because I know his ass just is in love with the idea of it, but he's gonna hate it when we actually do it. But I go, I should just do it.
You think, bro? I think once he catches one, it's
He'd be excited.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. So
Yeah.
I need to do it.
yeah. Let's just do it,
We
bro.
need to. Let's just go on a trip, bro.
Yeah, let's go. No, seriously, yeah,
do
let's
it.
just go.
Let's do it.
All right,
Because
we-
my son's been begging me forever, man, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and I haven't done it. We doing it. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's just go.
Pick a spot.
But so before I finish this off, man, there is a website. It's takffl.com. If anybody's interested in kind of donating to this cause, hit those guys up, and you can donate PayPal, credit card, whatever. Definitely good cause, and having a positive impact on people's lives.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's so cool, dude. I'm always for, like you said, and you open that up to all walks of life, like kids who would never have an opportunity to go. It
Who
just
would
seems
never
so
go, bro.
simple, man. It seems so simple, but it means a lot, man. That.
And let me tell you, going out on those charters, it's not, we have a lot of retention ponds and lakes here. There's nothing like going out in the ocean on a charter fishing, bro.
No,
I thoroughly enjoyed it every time I've gone out.
Yeah, no, I've done that a few times where I've done the deep sea fishing. There's nothing like it. Like I've done a lot of the like offshore fishing on this, and I've done a lot of the stuff off a pier or off the side of the road or off the side of I've done it all, man. Because my uncles are big fishers.
Okay.
So I spent a lot of my teenage years going out with them and stuff. Yeah, and I've done some of the deep sea. It doesn't compare, man. I love the deep sea fishing stuff. There's actually an excursion here, man. Now I'm thinking about it. It's a shark one, and it's at night. We should do that shit one day, man. That would be sick. It's shark fishing in the evening out on the charter. Yeah, that would be kind of fire, man.
Is shark good? I've never.
I don't want to eat it. I just want to catch one.
I know in Puerto Rico they be having the tiburón on the shish kebabs.
Yeah, dude, they do all kinds of. I mean, there's cultures that do the whole. There's all these weird documentaries about how sad it is because they cut off like their fins to make the soup, the shark fin soup. But then they don't use the rest of the shark. They just dump them back, so they essentially drown them.
It's in the Asian countries, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Japanese, Chinese, I think.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember one of them. They do that, but yeah, that's like a delicacy or whatever over there.
Yeah, they actually sell them like dried shit too, like in the stores. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, we gotta do it, man. We doing the fishing. And that shout out to what's the name of the website and all that again, man?
So it's William Dunn is the guy's name. The nonprofit is Take a Kid Fishing, and it's takffl.com.
.com, man. Hey, hit him up, man. That's fired, dude. That's dope. Yo, my carpet this week, man. You know I normally like to go the asshole route, but I didn't this week, man. I went to somebody who,
damn it,
who I knew you was gonna be disappointed. I had another one. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the. I'm having a good week, man. I would take the positive route.
It's Thanksgiving week.
It's Thanksgiving week. You know everything. I was like, I'm riding high, bro, right now. So, somebody who I think influenced me without me really knowing.
Okay.
So I would say, so to me it was Virgil Abloh, man. The sort of the creative director for Louis Vuitton. He was the artistic director, of Louis Vuitton, and he was also the head of a brand called Off-White. So your kids probably know what Off-White is, or maybe not, probably later teens. But Off-White was like a really big brand as well, and they did collaborations with Nike. He's done stuff with Evian. So he was a sort of super big fashion designer, and he came up with a lot of ideas and everything that you do or that you see in fashion now, where it sort of combines that hype beast culture with like the high-end luxury has been him. So like Louis Vuitton doing collaborations with like streetwear or the hip hop and all that stuff. Like usually he's been a product of that. And he passed this week, man, at 41 from like a very rare form of cancer. 41, bro. Man. Battled it in private for 2 years, didn't tell anybody, similar to sort of like the Chadwick Boseman situation. It was like...
Was it a cancer?
Yeah, it was a cancer. It was like angiocardiac something, like plasma. I gotta go look it up. But it was like a weird form of cancer. Very rare, and I guess it's aggressive. So, 2 years, man, battled in private.
Wow, man. Dude, if you're battling terminal cancer in private, what are you doing? Like, are you still working? Because some of these guys, just like, and I'm assuming this gentleman continued working until the end.
Still kept going, yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, like you said earlier, kept going, right?
Norm McDonald. We didn't talk about that on here, but the comedian Norm McDonald passed a few weeks ago. He battled cancer for years on his own. He would tell people he was doing
I did read about that.
I forget what it was, man. His friend said that he had an excuse. I think he was like, I'm taking care of my mom. Like he would go visit his mom, quote unquote, but he was off getting treatment. And so that's how he would sort of lay low. And yeah, he battled, and it was him doing it is the most Norm Macdonald thing ever. Because if you ever known, like if you follow Norm Macdonald or follow his humor when he's on TV shows or a stand up or whatever, like him dying of cancer and not saying anything about it is so on brand for him. Mm-hmm. And he would be one of those dudes that would want you to like make fun of, you know, the whole thing. But yeah, these guys, I don't know how you do that, dude, and continue doing what you do every day, or maybe doing what you do every day is sort of what sort of keeps you inspired and keeps you, I guess, maybe wanting to fight. Or
I mean, I know we knew somebody who battled ALS.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. Like he wanted to work until he couldn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, you know, like, man, I don't know how I would deal with that. I don't know if I would want to go to work. I'm
definitely not going to work.
Yeah, I don't think I would either. I mean,
he had a good reasoning for it. Like the person you're talking about, I remember he had a good reasoning. Like I could understand it. Like when he said it. But yeah, I don't have that in me, man. I don't think to do what he said. Like he was just like, what am I gonna do? Go home and think about dying, like, or slowly sort of like getting worse.
Yeah, like, I don't know what I would do, because we all say we would do things in certain situations, and then when shit happens,
yeah, man,
you know, we don't know what the hell.
Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the face, right? So it's like that whole thing. It's like plan goes out the window.
Good analogy.
Anybody got a plan until bullets start flying? I don't know which one should I go. Yeah, I don't know what I would do, man, but yeah, man. Yes, but Virgil, dude, dude, I started realizing like a lot of the stuff I buy, like fashion wise, is stuff that he's definitely inspired. And a lot of the things you look at now of brands that have gotten big that do collaborations, like these sort of super luxury brands that do these collaborations now with these other brands, or like whether it's Supreme or like Givenchy or Louis Vuitton or Gucci or whoever doing these collabs with like urban wear and sort of the hip hop community and pop culture and all this stuff. Like it was because of him. And he like, you know, there's certain stuff like I looked at me like it's certain things that I buy. It's like, okay, how can I look? I don't even want to say professional, right? But how can I get away with wearing this in a corporate setting and then also get away with wearing this out to have a drink with my friends, right? And like he sort of like made that sort of possible. Told
that line.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And there's definitely outfits where I can buy where I go, people on both sides go like, oh, that's dope. Like, and you don't realize it, but it's like someone like him, you know, like I know in the past we've talked about like even Kanye having that influence where you went, oh, you know, it doesn't have to be the baggy jeans and tall tees and all this stuff. Like Kanye was like, I can rock a pink polo and do this and that. And you're just like, oh shit. Like, and you don't realize that these are the people that sort of made it okay for you to get away with those fashion choices, I guess. And yeah, Virgil did that, man. He also designed some of the most iconic, I would say, album covers in hip hop history.
Really?
So 808s and Heartbreaks, simple, you know, just the disc, whatever. He did that. He did My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. He did the Watch the Throne cover. That's him. He did the Long Live ASAP from ASAP Rocky. He did Pop Smoke's album cover. He did so all these album covers. Lately in hip hop, they were super influential. I think he did Lil Uzi Vert's that Love Is Rage too. He there's a few, man, that he's done. He's done like 3 Kanye ones. He's done.
So he's not just a clothing designer. I mean, the guy is an artistic
like an artist.
guy.
He's an artistic,
right.
and I love, man, and I picked him, and then I love this quote that his wife, I think, was that sort of put in a post when she was talking about him, and I was like, man, I feel like this is something that we can all sort of remind ourselves about all the time in anything that we do. But she said that he would say, everything I do is for the 17-year-old version of myself. And that he believed in the power of art to inspire future generations. And I'm like, dude, how like I've caught myself doing that where I'll buy something or I'll do something because I'll go like, yo, young me would have been like tripping that this is even a possibility now.
Right.
And so like to be in that position that he's in, to have that type of influence, to go like, oh yeah, well, what would 17-year-old me have wanted to wear or wanted to see this or wanted to like, you know, I'm like, you can't lose thinking like that. You know what I mean? Like that's just such a
That's so funny, man. I don't know if I've ever done that.
No, dude, man. I've had moments, man. I maybe I didn't have the intention initially, but I have definitely had moments where I sat down and I went, holy shit. Like, you know, 18-year-old me, 19-year-old me would be like pissing his pants right now. Like, this is so crazy. Like I've definitely had moments in life like that. Like
I have had moments where I go, if I would have told my, you know, 20-year-old self that here's where I would be at 47, you know, that, you know, I would have been happy. Like I would have been like, yep, sign me up.
Yeah, I think that's a similar, like, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever made a decision to that goes, man, what would 17-year-old me think about that decision? Because there's a lot of things that you think about when you're a kid, that you go, man, those things are unattainable, or that would be really cool.
Yes.
But I can't do it now, right? And then when you get a chance to do it, to think back to that, or to be able to reflect back to that time, that's amazing, man.
Dude, I've had, and I don't know, man, maybe it's just luck. I can remember off the top of my head, dude, 3 times in my life even, and I'm sure there's more, where I literally had to stop and I went, how the fuck did I get here? This is so crazy. Like, I can think of at least 3 off the top of my head where I was just like, wow. Like, you know, again, the intention wasn't that going into those situations,
right.
But I certainly sat there and thought about it and just went, this is crazy. Like 17-year-old me wouldn't believe this. Right. Like 18-year-old me wouldn't believe it. Like you said, like you would be like,
sign me up.
Sign me up. Yeah, it's so crazy, man. But I thought that was such a fitting quote, like so cool because again, the way he sort of told that line between fashion and art and everything else that he did, man. And to see someone go so young, man, who had that kind of influence. I know Kanye was a big, you know, sort of Virgil collaborator and all that stuff. So I think he helped Kanye a lot in his brand and all that stuff. So certainly somebody who meant a lot, I think, in hip hop. So dude, shout out to Virgil Abloh. And Yeah, man. Peace to his family.
Yeah, man. We're definitely gone too soon, man.
For sure.
You know, I wonder. I wonder often when I see people that die in early age. You know, people that especially that have impact. You know, were they on a path to make that impact? So almost like purposefully. You know what I mean? Like, was it meant? You know, were they meant to have it because they weren't gonna have the long life?
Yeah, like their destiny was in this time that you have, this short time. This is what you're supposed to fulfill. Sort of.
Right.
Like,
So you have to speed up, and then meanwhile we're looking at these people like, oh, they're just gifted, and they're just this, and maybe it's just like no. You know, it's supposed to happen this way.
It's interesting that you say that, man, because how often do these like sort of generational talents live like long? Like now that you said that, often, I'm thinking about all these like, you know, like transcendent talents. Not often do they live very long. It's really weird, man. Like you said, like it's almost like they're here to fulfill a purpose, and then it's like, all right, man.
Yeah. Dude, my son the other day told me something crazy, and I was just like, oh man, anything's possible, right? He says, and I think it was off of something TikTok that he saw. He says, what if, you know when people say when they pass that they see a bright light?
Yeah.
He's like, what if when you pass, the bright light that you're seeing is the hospital light on you because you're being reborn?
Oh, I see. Like you coming out of a
you're
womb.
Coming out of a womb. Back into the world. And I was just like, hey man, your explanation is as good as anybody.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, like nobody knows, man. None of us know. Like we hope, we have faith, or we have, whatever belief we have that tells us like, yo, it could be this, or it is this, or whatever.
Yeah,
dude. Like even like similar. Not off. I watched Eternals, the Marvel movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Super good movie. I won't give away a lot of it, but it does bring up some pretty like fascinating points, which is like, I guess overall, like high-arching sort of premise is like, if you have the power to control everything in the world at all times, right? Like, so you're these beings, and you could stop every war, you could stop every famine, you could stop, I mean anything, any acts of genocide, right? Like you have to, like, do you interfere? Like, do you have a moral obligation to interfere? If so, why or why not? And then it's like, if you have that power to change sort of the course of history and all that, like, we talk about this all the time. Like, there's so many awful like stories in history, but then you don't get the sort of, there's good things that do end up coming from those awful things.
Dude, most of us aren't here unless those awful things happen.
No, I wouldn't be, bro. If
I mean the major like catastrophic, and not like meteors and shit like that, but catastrophic wars, slavery, like you name it, all the shit that we're trying to like cancel today is like, none of us are here if that shit doesn't happen.
No, bro. If some guy doesn't dock his ship in Puerto Rico and decide to conquer it and mass murder all the men and probably rape women and whatever, I probably wouldn't be here.
No.
Right? Like, so it's like, that was fucked up. But shout out to you, because now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how do you find that balance,
it's
man?
so
like,
true.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like, yeah. My great grandfather was probably a dick, but you're like, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, bro. Like,
yeah, and I was thinking about getting this until later, man. But now since you brought that up, I had two things on here, man. Where so in New York, they are canceling Thomas Jefferson. They're removing him from City Hall because he owned slaves.
Okay.
In Jersey, in your hometown of Jersey, there is a Woodrow Wilson High School in Camden.
And in my hometown, Elizabeth.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure those are Woodrow Wilson.
Well, this is when they're talking about in Camden. They are removing his name. They're not set on what it's going to be, but they're saying because he had like, there was a legacy of racism.
Listen, I have family in Camden, like lots of family, and I've spent a lot of my childhood in Camden visiting them. That is the least of their fucking worries, bro. Bro, Camden is one of those places you drive through and you go, oh man, there's so many abandoned houses, and people walk out of them, and you're like, oh fuck, people live in there. Never mind. It's such a shithole, bro.
Really?
It's terrible, bro. Hey, bro, their town literally fired, I think at one point, every single member of the police force. Like there was something nuts that they did. Like they had to fire everyone and rehire an entire police force. They've gone like bankrupt. It was at one point like the murder capital of the U.S. Like when I was growing up. Camden's and it fucking earned that, bro. I spent some very uncomfortable times in Camden, bro. This place is a shithole. I would say that renaming a high school because of some racism, bro, that's at the bottom of the list of shit y'all need to worry about right now, dude.
People there be like, we don't give a fuck about the high school name.
Bro, you want to talk about watching people either actively being murdered, and this is not an exaggeration, murdered, beat up, choked out, mugged, like in front of you, like in plain daylight, on the middle of the street, like in front of a house.
At 2:00 on a random Wednesday.
Yes, bro. And you just go, like just another Wednesday. Like, and you just keep it moving. Yeah. Every moment of those in my life has been in Camden.
Sound like a stand-up place.
I know that's not where you were going with this. But
no, man, I was thinking about, like I said, all that, the cancel culture that we're in, and actually since George Floyd was killed, right? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of when it really exploded, and it's just like, oh, take down these statues and whatever. And I think that people are not really taking into account that most of us are not here if all this bad shit like Christopher Columbus, right? Nobody wants to celebrate that day anymore. And
even Thanksgiving, bro.
Yeah. Oh, really? I haven't heard Thanksgiving
because it's like, oh, you fucking mass murdered all the natives.
Oh, Native Americans, right? And listen, there was a lot of bad shit that happened over that time, and I'm not discounting that at all. I'm just saying that the majority of us, we're just not here. Like, it's somebody. It's not saying that they're not people. I'm saying that it's somebody else.
Yeah, I also think the focus is just directed towards the wrong place, right? Like, I think if you talk to the black community, right, post George Floyd or even pre, they wouldn't be like, oh, it'd be nice if I didn't go to a school named Woodrow Wilson. I'm sure, like, maybe somewhere in there that's a thought, but they'd be like, nah, I just want to be treated like the rest of y'all. Like, can we start there? Like, it'd be like, yeah, the school thing, we can get to that later. Like, I just think like everything else, man, we overcorrect, right? So it's like, and we overcorrect in the wrong sense, like the wrong thing. So like, it's like when whenever something goes,
it's like when Biden got elected.
Yes, it's exactly that, bro. Like, yeah, we went from this fucking crazy. Overcorrected. Yeah, we went from the old white guy who was dating like the 60-year-old lady who smoked, who had the convertible, right? She's doing lines of coke off your dick. You're like, this shit is fun, and then this bitch cheats on you, and you're like, nah, man, she was too crazy. I need to go find like somebody a little more mellow, goes to sleep early.
And then you got Betty White.
And then you got Betty. Goddamn, not Betty. I like Betty. Damn. But yeah, bro.
I'm sorry.
He ain't mean that, Betty. I'm sorry. Dude, we overcorrect all the time. It's like we go to like so opposite extremes. So it's like, what's like the most basic thing we could do? Oh, let's change the names of these schools. And I'm not saying that there's not a place for that conversation, but it just doesn't seem like, again, I don't think anybody's asking for that. It's just like, it seems like there's a white guy in there somewhere who went, let's rename this school. This is fucked up. And it's like, no, bro. Can we cue you back to this whole affirmative action shit and why we even need that, and like just everything else. Like, can we address some other shit? Like, I don't care about the name of the school. Like, we'll get there, but right. I just want to be treated like you guys. Is that all right for a minute? Like, it's so I don't want to call it dumb, dude, because again, it's just I just feel like it's misguided sort of attention to something, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know what we're gonna be doing with this cancel culture shit. What we doing with these lights, bro?
Yo, I just thought about this.
We didn't turn the lights on.
We didn't turn them on, man. I was like, yeah.
For those of y'all watching the YouTube
video about to be real dim.
Until now, lights, camera, action, people.
Halfway through,
dude. Did you see Tyson this week?
Nah, bro. I missed.
So Mike Tyson, big cannabis fan. He teamed up with who is this? Columbia Care, and has his own line of cannabis.
It's like medicinal.
Yeah.
Columbia Care?
No, not medicinal. It's recreational.
Oh, but he lives in Vegas and stuff too, so it's perfectly legal.
And then they launched it. So this Columbia Care, they have like 99 dispensaries in 16 states.
Oh wow!
And so I think they first launched it in Colorado.
Okay.
So it's called Tyson 2.0. And it's funny, like the bag of it has a boxing glove on it, like punching through something. But they interviewed Tyson, man, and he was like, He was saying that when he's on cannabis, that he's just like, I'm just like a different person. And he goes, if you spent time with me when I wasn't on cannabis for a few days, like you probably wouldn't like me. And he's like, so I'm really reaching out to the people who have issues similar to mine. Here are like he personally picked out a few strands that he liked that really help him.
Wow.
And then sort of used that for his Tyson 2.0.
He's also a big mushroom guy.
Is he really?
Bro, have you ever seen him eat mushrooms?
No.
Bro, he takes the entire like Ziploc bags and he chews them like he's eating a bag of Doritos.
Of course he does, bro.
And he's chewing mushroom after mushroom, and he does it daily. You got to see him. He's on oh man, what was the podcast? It was so funny. I think it's Logan Paul.
I've seen him on that one.
Okay, go back and watch the YouTube video that at the beginning. Dude, he has an entire bag of shrooms and he's shoving. And meanwhile, these guys are taking like one cap. Mike Tyson is taking handfuls and shoving them in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then taking another handful and shoving in his mouth. And these guys are looking at him like he's about to die, because most people would. He's like, and he goes like, no, it's like basically what he does like daily.
Wow.
And it's a similar thing. He goes like, no, it helps me. Like it calms. I don't like who I am. Like off it. It helps me see like whatever higher power and blah, blah, blah. And he goes like, yeah, I'll do weed and shrooms every day.
Wow,
like,
man.
And dude, it's hard to argue with that, bro. Mike Tyson is a vastly different human now than he was 30 years ago, bro. 25 years ago, man.
Dude, I watched / listened to the Joe Rogan podcast with Snoop.
Oh, I haven't heard that one yet.
Snoop, it was, he did it really long. It was almost, I want to say it was about 3 hours.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Maybe longer, bro. Anyway, he smoked 6 blunts on that
during the podcast?
Yeah. He's like nonstop, bro.
Bro, I do a little bit now and I'm out. Like out, bro.
I don't know how he does it, bro. But going back to the Tyson thing, I was like, and I knew some other people had lines of cannabis, but I looked down the list, man, and this is just a few. Bob Marley, Jay-Z has a line.
That's right.
Seth Rogen, Martha Stewart.
Martha got a line of weed?
Martha got a line, bro. Wiz Khalifa.
That makes sense.
Snoop.
That makes sense.
The Game. Jaleel White, which is Urkel.
I did know he had
that
weed.
one. I remember you talked about that one before on here. And that's just the name of a few. There was a few other ones on it that I was just like, wow, man, you too? But there's quite a few sort of celebrities that have gotten into this.
It's the next sort of big thing,
thing,
right? Yeah. I mean, but some of those celebrities sort of surprised me. Like Martha Stewart definitely surprises me. Jaleel White surprised me when it first happened too. Yeah, there's just not people who you would think. Like Snoop makes sense. The Game makes sense. Wiz Khalifa makes sense. Jay-Z makes sense. Like Jay-Z's is like super high end too. Like it's expensive, dude. Like I think they only sell it in California right now. Maybe you can get in Nevada. And
I want to say Mike Tyson's is like about $89 for an ounce.
Shit, it might be on par with the Jay-Z thing. I think that's similar to what it was. Because you can go on their website and order it, but it won't deliver it to certain states, obviously. So I couldn't get it here. Because Jay was behind it. So I was like, oh, shit, I want to try that. And then I tried. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I would have to have it shipped to somebody there and then have them ship it to me.
Yep.
If I wanted it. But yeah, Tyson getting in on that is the most Tyson thing at this stage, bro. It's like at this point you expect him to sell pigeon food and shrooms and weed.
That's right. He used to fuck with pigeons.
You remember the pigeon show, bro? Yo, I hated how lit that show was, bro. I couldn't turn it off. He was in there with his lisp talking to fucking pigeons.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I think I've just seen like there was documentaries.
No, go on YouTube, bro, and watch the Tyson show with the pigeons.
Yeah,
bro, he's talking to his pigeons and he's talking about his pigeons and he's into these pigeons.
Oh yeah.
Like, and you know him, he's got the whole lisp and he's talking to them. Bro, it's so funny, bro.
And I think he's planning his next fight.
Is he? He's coming back.
His next comeback.
Wait, is it the one of the Paul? Because one of them is fighting here in Tampa. So I was gonna tell you the other day, we should go to that, bro.
I was gonna say, is that the Jake Paul against Tyson Fury's brother, right?
Yeah, Jake Paul's gonna get waxed, bro. That's the one that's gonna do him in. Yeah, that's the one. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the fight he loses. He's fighting a real boxer,
right?
With a Lynn. Yeah, that's the one Jake Paul finally loses. But
yeah, I think in the press conference, the guy was like, okay, wait a minute. So you're gonna pay me a ton of money to fight a YouTuber? Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm taking
Yeah,
it.
he's right, bro. And I'm like, yeah, again, Jake Paul is Jake Paul, and so he's gonna fight a real boxer. Like,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and he's good. You can't take that away from him, considering, he's only boxed for however long. And
But he's probably
trained.
not ready for that.
He's not ready for a Fury. Like, I don't think so, man. Like,
Yeah,
Tommy
we're
Fury could
gonna
be the
see, bro.
worst. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a different beast, man. Like, who knows that? Or I mean, you're right. And you go, if he does win handedly, or even if it's a close decision, you gotta give the kid props then, man, because now he's fighting a boxer. Like, now it's not like people kind of sleeping.
It's not a joke anymore.
Nope. Like this is night, bro. Like this is
Right. If he doesn't get knocked out,
yeah,
then you gotta give him props.
you gotta give him props, bro, because I'm fully expecting him to get dropped. Like in this, like there's just no way. And dude, boxing is one of those things where you end up eating out of a straw for the rest of your life, bro. You get caught, right?
Yeah.
So,
Did you see who is it? The Frank Mir had a boxing match with somebody, and got hit and was like out on his feet, but he wouldn't go down. Luckily, the ref stepped in and stopped it.
And Frank Mir's a big
He's a
boy,
big dude,
man. Dude, somebody else just got dropped, like a celeb that boxed, and you're just like, bro, what are you doing in there? And I saw Darren Williams is getting ready to fight running back.
The football player?
No, Darren Williams is the basketball player. Is getting ready to fight.
Oh, the basketball player.
Yeah, he's getting ready to fight a football player. Damn, man, is it Curtis Martin? No, it's not Curtis Martin, bro. I gotta go find it. But whoever it is gonna drop
Jet?
him, bro. Yeah, no, it's not him, dude. It's somebody who was for the Jets. Damn, I'll go find it. But whoever it is, bro, is about to rock Darren Williams, bro. I go, you don't want to. Why would you want to box a football player, bro? If you're a basketball player and you were a soft basketball player at that, you ain't. And you were. I mean,
you a point guard.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna go fight a running back, somebody who got hit all the time. He ain't all there, bro. Like, there's nothing.
The screws already loose.
Yeah, bro. This guy was running into 300-pound men on purpose all the time. Like, this shit makes no sense. Why would you want to? I'm not fighting that guy, bro. I'm like, it's so dumb, so dumb, bro.
What else I got here, man? Did you see the so Armageddon? Remember the movie Armageddon?
Oh yeah, bro. That movie makes me cry every time. It's one of the few. Every time.
1998, bro. How old were you?
I was 12.
All right. So for those of you who've seen Armageddon back in '98, it's a film about like an asteroid that's the size of Texas that was hurling towards the Earth. They send some like drillers up to sort of land on it and then plant like a nuclear bomb to blow it up, right? Anyway, NASA has created this thing. It's called the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. So DART. They are launching this thing, and they launched it. They launched it last Wednesday, and this thing is going to like orbit the Earth for a while. But its purpose is to get to an asteroid that this is not going to be or has no trajectory towards Earth, but just as a test, it's going to go on this asteroid and purposely collide with it to redirect it.
Like, knock it off course. Yo, what if it knocks it the wrong way?
Right?
Just like, yo,
That's what I was thinking, bro.
Somebody
I'm like,
fuck up
what
the calculation,
right?
bro. Or the asteroid just decides, like, what if it collides with something else and it's just
then,
enough
right.
to throw off your trajectory, bro? Because like that asteroid, you're doing the
Think
math
of
of it
space.
coming
You're in a
you.
vacuum, bro. So yeah.
There's other shit moving around that vacuum. So like eventually that asteroid potentially could run into something else. And what if that gets thrown off?
Right.
And then you still manage to hit this thing. It's gonna be kind of, bro. The fact that they're doing this
It
tells me
is small. So like this thing is what did I put on here? So it's 530 feet in diameter. So it's not
like
gigantic.
It'll level a city. And
I don't know, will it? No, 500 feet, bro.
The problem is that at that velocity, and
Does it even make it through the atmosphere? That's what I'm wondering.
before breaking apart.
Yeah,
That's a good point. Like at that
like maybe not.
it becomes a shooting star, like a really small. It'll hit something. It might destroy like.
Yeah,
depending on where it lands.
yeah, like maybe it burns up.
It's interesting, right? Because if you're heading towards Earth, right, you got a 80% chance of hitting nothing, right? Because it's a lot of nothing at Earth.
Yep.
So yeah. So it's so funny because for us, we'd be like, man, that has to land in somebody's house or whatever. But
No,
it's like
ocean.
an 80% chance it lands in the ocean or in the middle of a field or whatever. Like,
on a desert.
yeah. Dude, the fact that they're trying this now, though, tells me, bro, there's some shit coming. like they know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're testing this, we're
Well,
not.
isn't
like,
that's kind of Elon Musk theory is just like, well, it happened to the dinosaurs, so it'll happen to us eventually. So which is why we need to become interplanetary.
Well, was it Bezos this week that came out and said that Earth's going to be like a vacation destination at some point in time? Like we're all going to live in space.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
I think it was Bezos. He basically said, I think it was Bezos. That, but not even on another planet. He said we're all just going to live in space. Like think Star Trek. Like you're going to live on these giant like sort of space, I don't even know what you call them, vehicles, facilities, whatever,
Right.
and they're just going to be in space, and they're going to figure out a way to sort of counter gravity, whether it's the force of it, the spin, whatever you call that, and then we would basically come to Earth as like a vacation destination, and like he basically thinks that's our future. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know that we would go up there for kicks and giggles, right? Unless it was like, yo, Earth's about
imminent.
to get hit,
Right.
right? It's imminent, and then we're like, all right, yeah, stay away from that shit. But then it's like, why am I going to vacation at the spot that could potentially? I mean, I guess you would know when it's coming, maybe, but yeah, listen, crazier shit has happened, bro.
There's enough people with eyes on space, but this is kind of like something that they're doing, obviously for the future, right? When they go, when impact is imminent, we'll set something like this up to hopefully preserve.
Bro, this is where I know, like, and I wish I was high right now. Where I start, we've had this conversation before, where I go, there's no way that we haven't had this happen already, and that like this is the whole like is time linear thing, or is it like because you just go again. What if we've given these attempts and we failed, right? And then we had to start over, and then we're here again. And then
but how do you get here again, right? Like the dinosaurs are not here again. So like if something has impacted us before, how are we here again if we weren't just wiped off the face of the earth?
But that's what I'm saying. Like we were wiped off, right? Like who's to say we didn't take off? Like you had a pod go off onto another planet, right? Adam and Eve type shit, right? And then you go, all right, these people go back. They spend their time in space. They go back and start civilization. Listen, I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying that none of this shit makes sense. And like I don't know, man.
It's all a simulation.
Yeah, like looking at time as linear, I think is the only thing we're sort of capable of computing. But it's like, what if it's circular, man? What if we've been here and we're just right back here again? Like, I don't know, man. I think about that shit all the time because it's too convenient how we just come up with shit all the time. It's almost like the idea is already implanted in our mind, and maybe it's because we've been there. Like, humans have been around for millions of years, and if you look at the evolution over the last like 150, like I guess the leaps in technology, it just doesn't make sense. And I know there's things that had to happen 300 years ago for us to get to where we are now. So there's these little leaps, but it was like baby steps, and then boom, like we took these massive. Dude, you think about
and we're still nowhere, bro.
No, man, but you think of like the invention of the wheel to then where you had a car, and then like the invention of the internet to now we're like our computer to where we have a computer at our fingertips. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like the speed of progress is just so crazy to me.
It's fast, bro.
Yeah, it's just so nuts, man. So I'm like, there's something in there that maybe it's evolutionary or.
Well, dude, you were telling me about the fucking speaking of technology, the whole like NFT shit and like and owning fucking virtual space,
the metaverse,
the metaverse, right? Like what's funny, man? We talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Facebook changing their name to Meta. Mm-hmm. Bro, I swear to God, like the next week, one of my sons mentions Meta. Like
every
now it's a new
Meta.
A new thing, right?
It's
now
a new thing. Yeah, it's like, oh, you got to do this, buy real estate in the Meta, and you got to.
What is the whole buying real estate in the Meta, man? What is going on with that?
So, dude, conceptually, if you think about it, because this shit sounds crazy, but like think of a world set in virtual reality. So, like right now, we think of like our computers, right, and we're on the internet, and maybe we're chatting. Maybe so now imagine a world where like you put on VR goggles, so it's in 4D. Right. So the metaverse is essentially like it's a cyber environment in 4D, right? So you can either attend it through virtual goggles or like virtual reality, like using Facebook's Oculus shit or whatever, and you're basically essentially able to attend anything: concerts, school, work, vacation destinations. Like the whole idea behind it is you're building these virtual environments that you can sort of live in or spend time in. Yep. And it sounds so crazy, man, right?
Well, when Zuckerberg announced Meta, that one of his things was that, which was like for work related stuff. He's like, because now everything is, or not everything, but things are going to more of a remote setting.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you're going to be able to attend, like conference room meetings, but you're going to be there. It's going to feel like you're there. You're going to see your peers, and it's going to be like you're in the room.
Yeah, and I mean, and I have zero reason to doubt that that's exactly what's going to happen. But to your point, within that week, everyone's talking about Metaverse. Like they're selling real estate. Like you've seen the prices for like people are paying $2.4 million for virtual real estate.
And then what's on the real estate?
So I guess what it is like if you think of like a world that's being built out. So let's think, I don't know if it's Facebook or whoever or Meta building out this Metaverse, right? They're building out, I don't know, let's say Florida. And they're like, well, we have Orlando, and Orlando has these restaurants, and you have these auditoriums, and you have all this stuff. Well, these things are sort of finite. Like there's only going to be one or two of these or three of these or whatever. So now what they're buying is that like room or that land or that section of the metaverse. And then you can do what you want with that section. So like there's people who are buying like concert venues because they're saying, well, in the metaverse, you're going to be able to have a whatever arena, right? The carbon footprint arena is in the metaverse. Well, somebody has to own that arena. And then whatever events happen, like let's say artists decide to go into that metaverse and put on a show, then that person who owns it presumably gets to reap the sort of the financial rewards behind that.
So I would imagine, I mean, the ability to own sort of quote unquote land in the metaverse, it could be infinite, but I'm assuming just like anything else, there's going to be pieces of the quote unquote land that are going to be more expensive and that people are going to want to be at.
Yeah. And you figure like because it's Facebook or whoever, like you could just keep buying in. You could sell infinite rooms or land or space or whatever. I think if you're Facebook, you sort of shoot yourself in the foot if you just keep expanding. But it's inevitable, right? You're going to have to keep expanding. And just like in real life, people are going to keep paying, right? Because there's so many of us and there's so many things that we want to do and there's so many different possibilities that it sounds crazy, man. But I'm like, no, it makes sense, bro. It's like we're gonna definitely be in a space where I go, wait, I could go to this concert in my living room and feel like I'm there, and I just put on this headset, and you can give me that. Like there's certain things that I want to experience live, but it's like, wait, you can duplicate that feeling then with me sitting in my living room and the convenience of that, like. Yep. Inevitably we're gonna buy in at least to an extent, right? Like for some of that stuff, even
because it's gonna be cheaper than actually getting on a plane and flying there and getting a hotel room and buying the ticket. And which, listen, I mean, I think the live experience is phenomenal, but again, it's a feeling. So if you're able to duplicate that feeling and that experience, then shit, why not, right? Like we like to skydive, right? Skydive, we did it one time and it was phenomenal. If I can pay half that price and feel like I'm skydiving, I'm doing it.
Yeah, dude. Think about like even a sporting event, right? Like think about like we've gone to Mayweather fights or whatever, Vegas. Sell me a seat where I feel like I'm in the arena to watch this fight live. Like, yes, it's almost like watching it at home. I pay per view, but now I have this set. Now I feel like I'm sitting, like I have a seat. I have a specific angle. I have like
you're in a room with other people that are right there with you, and you're high fiving and
exactly. Like I'm like, dude. Yeah, I could see that, dude. Like because we've moved so virtual anyway, and then because of the sort of climate we're in, this probably couldn't have happened at a better time. Because we're in this climate anyway where people are sort of apprehensive of going out, at least in large gatherings or whatever. Like, man, the more I thought it was crazy, the more I'm like, yeah, this shit makes sense. Like, it's going to happen. Like, it's just inevitable. And the prices, I go, no, that's going to be a bargain. Like $2.4 million for something that you go, oh, yeah, we're going to have one event. And we're probably going to make that at some point. Like, it seems crazy now, but fast forward 5 years from now. Like, are our kids, attending? Do you think about what even the things you could replicate? Like, like our kids are both in school right now, and we've talked about this where they're going through like certain points of history and doing that. Yep. Can you imagine being able to replicate that stuff and dropping them in the middle of that in a virtual reality setting, and then just going like, watch this, like watch, the Romans, or watch, hell, here the Revolutionary War. Watch George Washington give the speech. Watch
man. That would be amazing.
Even that, yeah. I'm like, dude, forget about like the stuff now. Give me the reenactments of history, and you go, yo, throw me in there. Or because someone's gonna do it. Like, hey, we're gonna throw you out at the Gettysburg Address, and you're gonna get to watch it. And you're gonna get to feel the goosebumps, and you're gonna you're gonna get to watch the people around you. And sure, some of that is artificially created because no one knows what it was actually like there. But it's the closest thing we're ever gonna experience to something like that, man. So I like the more the crazier I think the idea is, the more I'm like, yeah, that's why it makes sense. It's so absurd, that it makes perfect sense, man.
So was the internet.
You're right, man. Somebody remember
The internet was a fact.
It was a fact. Do you imagine being the people who said that on tape long ago? And you can't even call them stupid because nobody knew at that time, right? Like,
I was having a discussion a couple of weeks ago with some friends of mine, and just about NFTs, and they weren't, and most people that we know are not, into, and I'm not an expert by any means, but the thought around NFTs in general was just so foreign, and it's just like, wait a minute, like this thing that I can't really touch and I can't hold, but I have to pay money for. No, it doesn't really make sense. And it's like this, like you said, the all this virtual stuff, it doesn't make sense now, but it's coming.
Oh, dude, I've been geeking out hard over NFTs lately. We've had a conversation on this, and shout out to my brother-in-law, man, who's been doing like a lot of big things with NFTs, and I've been picking his brain a lot, and like. The more I sort of dig into it, the more I'm like, yeah, the stuff now, there's a lot of value in that, right? Whether it's art, trading cards, music, videos, because I'm even seeing artists now dropping like, hey, this is one song, and you can have the NFT to this one song, and you own that one song forever, and I'm never gonna sell it again, whatever. Like
Meek Mill's doing it.
Yeah, and you think about all the throwaway songs that artists do all the time, but you're like, if you're a really big fan of Meek Mill, you're like, oh, I want to own that NFT of that song that's never going to come out on a CD or what, right. Even if that song drops or ends up getting leaked, you have sort of the master, quote unquote, to that song forever.
Right, it's yours. You own it.
You own it. So,
or you'll probably own one of 100, or whatever it is.
So like, I like the other applications of it, the way it's going to change sort of our day-to-day lives in the future, like with banking and with just transactions online in general, like is where I go like, yeah, there's like super huge value in that. But the way it's changing the art space right now and the collector space, and I'm like, yeah, no, there's definitely value in that. And the deeper I go into it, the more I'm convinced like, yeah, I don't understand why this doesn't click to people. The same way, like the easiest explanation I can always give people is like, yeah, you can go to Bed Bath & Beyond and buy a Picasso, like a print of a canvas, but you don't own the Picasso. And it's like, just because it's digital doesn't make it any less, like, I guess, less valuable.
Right.
Like the original of whatever it in is. A digital format is equally as valuable as the original Picasso in this new world, right? Like there's something tangible about the Picasso that makes it harder to obtain, but in this sort of world that we live in now, the digital asset is just as valuable as like that tangible piece. So
it's coming, folks. Get it.
Just get with it, man.
Get educated. Like because definitely early in the game, but there's opportunities for investments and for you guys to make some kind of money. So just get educated.
Oh yeah. Dude, before we head into this holiday season, man, I saw this list. Barstool Sports has the list of the top 10 Christmas movies of all time. Maybe I'm doing this too early, bro.
No, this is not early, man, because they've been, the other day, TBS did a 24-hour, they always do on Christmas, they do the, what's the
Christmas
name of
Story, bro.
Christmas Story.
Greatest Christmas movie of all time,
Absolutely. But
we got the lamps right behind you, damn it.
Oh shit, they're up,
bro.
No, but they did Christmas Vacation, which is like my wife's like favorite Christmas movie of all time.
That was number 4 on this list.
Okay, so they did it 24 hours
of Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
already?
Bro, just on, and they had to bleep out some stuff and blank out some stuff because Chevy Chase be going off in that movie. But all right, go with the list. What you got?
Yo, number 1, It's a Wonderful Life. I don't think I've ever seen that movie,
I never seen it, bro. Forget about it.
Number 2 was Home Alone, the first one.
Okay.
Number 3 was Fred Claus. Number 4 was Christmas Vacation.
Which one is Fred Claus?
Fred Claus is the one. Is that the one with
Who's in that?
I don't even recognize his face, bro.
Let me see.
This guy, Fred Claus. I don't know who. I should know this because this is. I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I can't. From that picture, I can't
feel like
it.
I've definitely seen it, but I'm like, meh.
All right, what's the next one?
Number 4 is Christmas Vacation. Number 5 is Elf, which I would say is in a top
Elf is
10.
good.
I think it's a little high, but I like Elf. Home Alone 3, which I think is a total disrespect, was number 6. And I'll tell you why. Home Alone 3 was the one without Macaulay. So Home Alone 2 has to.
It's without?
Yeah, it's the one with the new kid they put in it. It's an okay movie. It's not better than Home Alone 2.
No, wasn't Home Alone 2 was the one with the pigeon lady
in New York at the pigeon lady, bro.
Yeah,
How do you not make Home Alone 2?
And you got the same crooks. Is the same crooks in 3 as
and
well?
The same. No, I think 3
it's,
has a whole new crew.
What's his name? Pesci.
Yeah, so 3 has a whole new crew, new kid, new crooks. Anyway,
No.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not.
But it's not
10,
better
bro.
than 2, bro. It's not top 10 Christmas movies. So then number 7 is A Christmas Story, which is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and I think it's the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
They put that fucking.
They put fucking Home
Home
Alone
Alone 3 above that?
I was livid, bro.
Man.
I feel like Fred Claus and Home Alone 3 shouldn't be above it. Miracle on 34th Street, which I get, so was on 8, the original. Home Alone 2 was number 9.
Wow.
Which again, I don't know how you don't put that above Home Alone 3. Listen,
I don't even know
Barstool,
how 3 made the list.
Me neither, dude. Because where's Die Hard?
Oh,
Where's Die Hard? Damn it, Die Hard.
That's right. It's a Christmas
count.
movie.
Hey, it is a Christmas movie. It has to count, right? It's definitely better than Home Alone 3. Yo, and number 10 was Bad Santa, which is pretty damn funny.
That's funny.
It's a hilarious movie. So I go, okay, I can't argue with Bad Santa being top 10.
Ain't shit right for a week.
Nope. That movie's so good, bro. But yeah, I have beef, man. First off, A Christmas Story has got to be top 3 greatest Christmas movies of all time. Again, it's my number 1, but I get why other people wouldn't put it there. But it's got to be top 3.
Listen, any movie that a station is willing to play for 24 hours straight
has to be top 3, bro.
Yes.
Yo, matter of fact, where's Polar Express in this? Polar Express slaps, bro. You ever watch
I don't
Polar
think
Express?
I've seen that one.
With Tom Hanks, bro? And he gives a little speech, and he's a little animated Tom Hanks. Yo, Polar Express.
You know what's a good
slaps,
one,
bro.
man? The one where who's the dude that? Who's the first Batman? Not the 60s.
Oh, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
Okay.
The Christmas movie that he plays, like he's a snowman.
Oh,
that one's really good.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Right? I think it's Jack. I think it's
it is Jack Frost. I think you're right. Yep. Yeah, that's good. So I think Elf is funny. I think Will Ferrell's super underrated. I thought Elf was hilarious.
But it's on there, right?
It's number 5 though.
Yeah. What's number 1?
It's a Wonderful Life.
I'm afraid to watch that actually.
It's
I
black
think
and
if
white,
you're not
bro.
like 80,
I'm already out. It's black and white. Couldn't be good. You didn't even have color.
can I get a Technicolor or something?
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's black and white. There's a yellow bow in here. Nah, you just lazy editing. I don't want it. Home Alone being number 2, the first one. I can't. Okay, fine, but then Home Alone 2 should be in the top 5. Like Christmas Vacation is good. I'm gonna have to rewatch Fred Claus, bro. But again, I feel like if I don't remember it wasn't that great.
Have you seen Christmas Vacation?
I have seen
like
Christmas
recently.
Not recently, man.
You gotta watch it.
All the
bro.
Chevy Chase ones, the vacation ones, are hysterical. Bro.
Yeah.
I think they're super funny, bro. Like all the Chevy Chase vacation movies are pretty funny.
Yeah,
I gotta go back and watch
because even in that movie, he's like obviously in all of those movies, he's such a family man, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that one in particular, he has these like bougie neighbors that he does not give a fuck about. So he's not even a nice guy to them.
I feel like we gotta watch these and then arrange them into our own top 10. Like now, I'm like, I gotta watch this. Like I'm afraid to watch It's a Wonderful Life, but I go, number 1. And the thing is that it's Barstool Sports, right? So Barstool is usually not trying to like cater
appease to anyone. Yeah, I agree.
They're usually pretty like solid. So I won the rankings created by the Film Alliance, the Bend Oregon Film Alliance. Yeah, it's just so weird, man, that they would do this, but
maybe they just put it out there from maybe somebody else's list.
And we're talking about it. So whatever they did,
right?
They did their job, man.
Dude, speaking of Christmas, bro, check this out. So in California, there was just in time for Christmas, an armored truck rolling down the highway, and I think it was I-5 for those of you guys from California. Opens the back door or the back door flies open, and money bags just start falling out of the truck and bust open.
Okay,
on the
so
highway.
it's a malfunction, like the door opened and they just somebody wasn't throwing them out of it.
No, nobody was throwing them out, bro. So the highway shuts down for I think it was a few hours. It was 2 hours because the money is there. So people are stopping. And of course, these idiots are putting themselves on social media, collecting this money, man.
Just pick up the money.
Just pick up the money and get out, right?
What?
2 people arrested on scene. And then they were just like, hey, like, we have, camera surveillance. Don't try to get away. Come turn in the money. They said a lot of people came in and actually turned in the money. But obviously not everybody. And I'm going, why would you film yourself and put it on social media? Like, what did you think? The money's not free.
No. But is that a crime, bro? Money falls and you don't return it? What if I'm driving by later and I see that? I don't know if it fell out of the back
dude,
of
but
a
what
car.
if, all right, so what if I don't know, what if you're driving a pickup truck and a piece of your whatever, furniture, something that you own falls out and then somebody picks it up and hauls ass? Can you not report them?
Oh, sure.
So then it's not yours.
I feel like that's a me problem.
It would be your ass in jail, bitch. It will be a me problem.
I feel like if the Lord didn't want me to have that money,
that door wouldn't have
flown open, bro. Sometimes you're looking for a sign, bro. Sometimes you're looking for a sign, and that's the sign. And we'll need these mere mortals interfering. Sometimes the sign is there, bro.
The Lord knew I was broke.
Exactly, bro. Like, sometimes we just gotta let the universe do its thing, bro.
How we doing on time, bro?
That's funny. We're hour 10 in, bro. It might be the longest one we've had in a minute, dude. See, I might have one more that we could hit. Oh, bro, yeah, I do. Y'all gotta hit this website. This will be quick, man. There's a bridge. I gotta get the city of where it's at. There's this bridge. What city is it in? All right, I didn't write the city down for some stupid reason. It doesn't matter. Go to 11foot8.com. So 11, then foot, F-O-T-T, then the number 8, and then .com. There's this bridge, dude, and people hit it all the time. And then what happened is that they actually raised it 8 inches, and it helped a little. But people still smack into it. And so they've got 2 cameras affixed to this bridge so you can watch the videos of trucks like getting sort of canned open on it. It's funny as shit, bro.
All right, so what's the website?
11foot8.com. So literally the number 11, 11, and then foot, F-O-T-T, and then the number 8, literally just put 8 and then .com. Bro, it's hilarious because there's literally a giant video board in front of it that I guess is scanning your car. And it's telling you, you're not going to clear it. Turn around. You can see it blinking and people just keep going and it just rips apart. You see it? It's so good, bro. It's something so simple and I was so satisfied watching them.
The first thing on the video, it shows the sign, 11foot8.
Yo, and they get canned open. Some of them like sardines. It just peels back. It's so nuts, dude.
I'm waiting for the first one to come.
Oh, you just watch truck after
truck. Oh,
truck
here it comes.
after truck after truck.
Here comes a semi. He's fucked.
He's fucked. Bro, hours. You're gonna spend hours. You're welcome. It's funny as shit, bro.
Oh no, he backed up.
And then he
makes realized.
It worse. But it makes it worse. He should have never backed up. There's one, if it's the one I'm thinking of. There's a guy that backs up, and you go, if you'd have just kept going, it'd have been less damaging.
That just says a semi loses, and I think it's a YouTube video. Semi truck loses stacks.
Yep, that's the
at
one.
11foot8 plus 8.
Bro, if he just keeps going, he clears it. He doesn't. But by going back, he rips it again. Just keep going. You've already cleared the highest point. Like, you've already broke it. Just go. So he goes backwards and finishes fucking.
If you're a truck driver, do you not know? Oh my God, there's a slew of these videos.
I told you, bro. Dude, the website is for the bridge. They put 2 cameras on the bridge specifically because this happens.
And it's backed up. So the cameras are watching the bridge.
Yes.
As the traffic is driving into it.
And you see the video board, like it can't be any more clear. The video board is literally warning them, like, hey, you're too big to fit
here. Yeah, I see the video board. Yeah.
And watch.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yo, that shit is peeling them back like a can of tuna.
It was oddly satisfying.
And it is funny because there's like a bus that comes after it, and he's like, fuck, I think I'm good.
That guy just barely didn't make it. I'm fine. Bro, it's so good.
And every video starts with the 11'8" the road sign.
Which is crazy because if you're a truck driver, I know you know how tall your truck is.
You got it right. Oh,
You
look at
have
this
to.
guy. It's a sardine can. And then they stop. Bro, where you going? You're not going back.
Yo, people are crazy, bro. It's my new favorite thing.
That's awesome. I'm hooked. I ain't getting no work done tomorrow.
Watch videos of this for hours, bro. It's so good.
All right, on that, man. Tell them where they can find us.
Man, if you're not already following us at the Carbon Footprint Podcast on IG, on Facebook, on TikTok, we're at Carbon Footprint Podcast. Make sure you're on YouTube. We put the videos up every week. Follow us on there. And then if you want to listen, man, we're on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, GeoSavin, Amazon Music, what was it, Ghana? I mean, everything.
Ghana,
Podchaser. So, yeah, if you got it and you can listen to a podcast on it, we're on it.
Yeah,
So,
and if you can, leave us a review. I think, is it Podchaser?
Podchaser and Apple. Yeah.
You can leave a review. Even if we suck, like, it's cool.
Yeah, tell us we suck. Yeah, it's good.
we want to see it all.
Yeah.
As always, guys, appreciate you. If you haven't done it already, go out, get you a bottle of Terramana or whatever your favorite tequila is. Get some chili peppers, infuse it.
Oh, yeah.
Shit is delicious.
It's fire.
And we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace.